Now, I got something for you with regard to that idea. Purdy, now they've got a book on him.
Book.
And I sort of have thought to myself, okay, maybe there's some tendencies that people can work on. At the same time, I've never viewed football that way, the same way you scout a hitter.
Right.
Where you're like, oh, he's got a hole in his swing.
Don't throw Casey strikes. There's the book on Casey Schmidt.
Right? Give Mike Yastrzemski a high fastball. He struggles with it sometimes. It's not like you can do that with Brock Purdy.
Hit the ball in the air to Brock Peterson.
I love it. They're going to go get him this time. They were trying to get him last time. So if it's simply you scheme someone open, if he's there and Brock has time to throw it, he throws it. There's nothing you can do based on tendencies to stop that. So I don't know. The answer might be somewhere in the middle. How about this? And the guys are looking to see if they can track down the actual audio of it. But Patrick Peterson, defensive back, Pittsburgh Steelers, on the All Things Covered podcast, states, quote, there is some tell signs out there that tells us what plays we're going to get from those guys in certain situations. When I get my pick Sunday, we'll talk about it.
When I get my pick. He's calling a pick.
Yes, he did.
Man. That's
Not talking about pick-ins.
No.
He's not talking about pick-it.
He's talking about an interception.
He's talking
also
about
known
a
as a pick.
That's right.
Not a pick six, but just a pick.
Patrick Peterson pick.
Good player.
Used to be.
Are you saying he's done? He's washed?
No, he's not what he used to be.
Right.
He's all right.
Are any of us what we used to be?
Yes.
You're not what you used to be.
I didn't say me. You asked if any of us are.
Sure.
I think Grandy is peaking.
I would hope.
I do.
I wasn't really listening. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, God.
Mark did a Roger Federer. It was a backhanded compliment.
I think Coco Gauff is absolutely everything she used to be.
Oh, she's peaking.
Yeah. I think Mahomes is everything he used to be. And I don't think Kelsey is.
Okay.
Kelsey's down.
We'll see about Patrick Peterson and his ability to dissect what the Niners do.
Okay. Is he even talking about Purdy? Let me read it again.
No, he's talking about Kyle Shanahan.
Talking about Kyle
He's
or
talking
Brock?
about Kyle.
Talking about Kyle.
And the
Okay.
scheme. He's talking about the scheme.
There is some tell signs out there that tells us what plays we're going to get from those guys in certain situations. When I get my pick Sunday, we'll talk about it. Look, maybe he'll get a pick. Maybe the Steelers are going to win. Maybe he's right. However, I also think it's hysterical when guys do this. So you say this on a Thursday. The game is still 3 days away. You act like what film are you watching so that you, Patrick, are 100% sure that Kyle's going to do everything that he used to do on the film that you're watching from preseason or last season or whatever? I mean, granted, there are some things that we know that Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel do. I understand, but I don't know. This just strikes me as something I wouldn't say, right? Like Kyle Shanahan is still, shout out Guru, in the lab right now putting stuff together, is he not?
He is.
They're game planning right now.
But every team has trends, and every team has formations and plays, and in Kyle's case, it's motions, it's formations, and there are route combinations that he likes. And if you looked at every play from Kyle Shanahan over his career as the 49er offensive coordinator, head coach, and play caller, you would be able to see some trends. You would see patterns in the way he motions guys and uses guys, the way he runs the ball out of certain formations, and the things that he does. I think Kyle's very clever at disguising it, and he's not very predictable. But Patrick Peterson, having played for Arizona for a number of years, I'm sure has faced him enough times to where he has seen some things develop in terms of patterns and formations and plays.
Peterson is 33 now. So he has played, what, 11?
10 years, yeah.
12 years. 12 years in the league. He's already got 12 years in the league. How many picks did he have last year with the Minnesota Vikings? He had 5.
I say 3, okay.
He had 5. He had 5, which is more than he had the previous 2 years combined. The end of his career in Arizona, I thought he looked cooked. Now, he went out to Minnesota's, had a little bit of a rebirth. He had a good year last year. He did not have a great year the year before that. He was a Pro Bowler almost every year until 2018. And then now for 4 seasons has not been. And we'll see. We'll see. That's an interesting comment to make. And I love a good bulletin board material piece 3 days before the game.
That's going to be some of the fun to watch this team when the Niners do decide that they're going to throw it. And you've got Minkah Fitzpatrick out there who is nasty.
Very good player.
In the secondary.
Very good
So
player.
you got Patrick Peterson. You've got Minkah Fitzpatrick. You've got a pretty good to very good secondary. Yeah. So when the Niners go into their 3-wide package and they bring in third and Jawan Jennings onto the field as your third wide receiver, then we're going to really see Patrick Peterson in a great matchup against Brandon Ayuk or against Debo on the outside. And Minkah Fitzpatrick, playing safety, loves to play aggressively. He likes to roll up and try to jump routes, so I wonder if Kyle tries to use that against him with a little bit of a double move.
Pretty sure Minkah had a pick when the Steelers came to Levi's. That was maybe 2019?
Yeah.
2019, right? The game where Jimmy hit Dante Pettis at the end of the game to win it. Late touchdown?
Yep.
I think Minkah had a pick in that game. Let's go to Dollar Bill in the city here with Willard and Dibs. Hey, Dollar Bill, what's up?
What's going on, boys? I'm on my way home from the office to watch a little football today. I'm loving it.
Look at that. The season is finally here.
Bring it. Hey, you guys just mentioned about Patrick Peterson saying, it's doing a little smack talk about the 49ers. I think that's just good old football talk. I can remember last year, Dre Greenlaw announced that he wanted to get himself a Tom Brady ball. He got one and then made him sign it. So that's all part of the game. It just gets me excited.
Well, as it should. I mean, all of this stuff. I'm reading this right now. It's starting to percolate on Twitter after the Patrick Peterson comment. Patrick Peterson has gone against a Kyle Shanahan 49er team 9 times in his career. He's never gotten a pick. So what tell is there on a Kyle Shanahan offense that you're all over? What you all over, Patrick? Because you've never picked off a Kyle Shanahan quarterback in the 49er era in 9 tries. But today he found it. Magic key.
Maybe he's a slow learner.
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect to Patrick Peterson. He might be a Hall of Famer when all is said and done. He, like you said, he's got 8 straight Pro Bowls to start his career. He's had a great, good, long career and hasn't been injured much. Played 184 games, but it's a lot of games against one team to not have a pick and still be boasting about what you figued out.
Yeah, should be
Nick
interesting.
Bosa.
Yeah.
Minkah Fitzpatrick, by the way, that was his first game with the Steelers.
Oh, that's right.
His debut. He just had come over from Miami.
And he got a pick, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Debut.
I think it was bounced off of a shoulder pad type of a pick.
I'm sure it was behind the receiver, knowing Jimmy G. Or it was thrown really high.
I do remember.
So high.
I remember feeling like it wasn't Jimmy's fault.
Right.
I was at that game, and I was like, that is not on Jimmy.
I like that voice.
I remember a couple of things. You know what else I remember from that game? Second half, didn't they talk? This was Jason Verrett was trying to come back from the injury.
Which one?
And they threw him out there because someone got hurt. I want to say Weatherspoon got hurt. So they put Verrett in. And who was the Pittsburgh receiver that he didn't just go by him.
Was it Juju Smith?
It was maybe it was Juju. It probably was Juju. I can't remember who the receiver was, but he was 25 yards past Verrett, and Verrett was just like, they're putting him right back on IR. It's like you're not there yet. But that was prior to Verrett coming back and having a really good year the following year. But one of the receivers had a big day for the Steelers. And Verrett got burned really, really bad. I'll look it up.